What is going on YouTube? It is Neb, and today I wanted to talk about the possibility of having Hero Blast in Battlefront 2, and also whether we would prefer Hero Blast or Heroes versus Villains in the next game. So with the inclusion of the Clone Wars, the sequels, and the original content in Star Wars Battlefront 2, there are going to be so many heroes to play as. So what this means is that rather than the Battlefront 1 release where we had heroes and villains was going to be 3 versus 3, we can actually have at least probably 7 versus 7 from launch. Now, when Battlefront 1 got the DLC, it could only ever push heroes and villains up to 4 versus 4, and that was in Outer Rim, and that was because it couldn't assure that everyone who got a hero was able to choose a hero. And the reason why they couldn't increase the hero count per team in heroes and villains is because if you were playing, say, in a heroes and villains match and you don't have any of the DLCs, and then there's a whole team on your team who have the DLCs, but they don't pick the DLC characters. They pick the original trilogy characters, and there's still one more hero to pick, but you can't play as any of them because you haven't got the DLC. So Battlefront 2 is going to completely avoid this issue, which I'm thinking is going to make hero and villains one of, if not the best game mode in Battlefront 2. It's going to be, honestly, just extremely tactical. It's going to be massive hero brawls, massive hero fights. There's going to be so much going on, and I wanted to see if you guys would be keen for that or you'd be more keen for Hero Blast. Now, the new heroes and villains, which would be 7v7 or close to, the only difference between that and Hero Blast would be the round-based system in Heroes and Villains, because Hero Blast is actually basically Blast, but with heroes. So you respawn with your hero. It's just non-stop action until you get to the score limit, right? So the only difference between Heroes and Villains and Hero Blast will be the rounds, because both game modes will just be full-on skirmishes, massive 7v7 hero fights, which is going to be absolutely awesome. You're only going to ever be a normal trooper when you'd actually die as a hero, so I think it's going to be so much more fun. So I just want to get your guys' input on this. Would you guys rather see Hero Blast, where it's non-stop action until you get to the score limit, or would you rather see Heroes and versus Villains, where it's sort of like elimination and the heroes are killed one by one, and then when you lose all your heroes, it's 1 round down, and then you do 3 to 5 rounds, something like that. I actually did conduct a little poll on Twitter. Surprisingly, most people voted for Hero Blast. There was barely any votes for Heroes and Villains, and I think this might be because we haven't actually played Hero Blast, so it's just a new experience, but overall, Hero Blast was the more popular mode. I did include the Spanish words for "why don't we get both?" Which I don't think many people understood, so not many people voted for that, but what do you guys think? Do you think we should have a playlist with Heroes and Villains and Hero Blast in it? Do you think we should have 2 separate playlists? The only issue is dividing the player base. So yeah, let me know, guys. Heroes versus Villains or Hero Blast? Let me know down in the comments. That's all from me today anyway. Catch you guys in the next one.
I want something just like